Hello my Tea Beauties and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a quick tutorial and recommendation for back to school makeup. It's currently what I'm wearing right now. It's quick, it's easy, it's affordable, all that good stuff. I know it's super hard getting up in the morning at like 7 o'clock. I know, I was there. I just wanted to roll out of bed and go. If you do want to add a little bit of color and a little bit of makeup to your face, this is the way to do it. So I hope you enjoy this video and let's get on to the tutorial and recommendations. So when I was in high school, I didn't really use primers. I didn't really know what they were, what their purpose was, so it's hard for me to recommend primers at this point because I didn't use them back in high school. If I were to recommend a few primers, if you're interested in using primers, definitely go for it, but I just wasn't that skilled in high school. I'm just gonna give you a couple recommendations of the primers, what I would use if I went back to school, which I am in the fall. Oh my god, ew. The first one would be the NYX Photo Loving Primer Anti-Redness. This is just a good basic primer. The second one would be the CoverGirl True Blend Face Primer for oily skin, just because I have oily skin and it's a good drugstore alternative to any high-end stuff. And then the last one would be the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Makeup Primer. This just says it fills fine lines and creates a flawless finish. Again, super basic. This one is more of a gel consistency than the other ones. But yeah, if you're interested in using primers, go for it. And I'm actually going to go in with this e.l.f. one. I wish I knew about primers in high school. So now that our primer is all rubbed in, there's a few foundation recommendations that I would give. I have about 3 here, I believe. I wore more of a powder as a foundation in high school, but I did also wear some BB creams. So the first one I would recommend is the CoverGirl Clean Matte BB cream for oily skin. Again, this is all going to be tailored to oily people. Again, this is going to be more tailored towards oily people. This is a wonderful BB cream. I use it like almost every day now. This is kind of like my holy grail drugstore foundation. So I would recommend this one. I would recommend the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. Everyone seems to love this one. And then lastly, the CoverGirl Clean Matte Liquid Foundation if you're looking for more of a more full coverage versus the BB cream. Although the BB cream does pretty good in coverage. So, but for today's video, I'm going to go in with this one. Wish that did have a pump. I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. And honestly, I just used a big fluffy brush to put this on my face. This is a little light for my skin right now, but in the wintertime, it should work out just fine. So that's about as much coverage as I would give myself. Then I would go in with the Maybelline Master Conceal concealer. This is just the best one from the drugstore in my opinion. And let's be real, in high school, I didn't know what this whole like under eye triangle thing was. I just did little dots like that, similar to what I do now, and blend that in with a brush. In high school, I did not know what the heck beauty sponges were, so I mainly used all brushes or my fingers. That worked good too. Let me bring that up on my eye just to conceal my veins and stuff there. And then I would recommend this Wet n Wild contour palette in Caramel Toffee. This is the more yellow toned one. Just sets that concealer. You want this makeup to be pretty light, pretty minimal, because let's be real, you're gonna be sitting in a classroom all day long. You don't have to impress a ton of people, I mean, unless you have a crush. I know you girls have a crush. Then I would recommend setting your whole face with some sort of powder, especially if you're oily, so that it does not move throughout the day. I have 3 powders to recommend. The first one is the Rimmel Stay Matte. This is perfect if you're super oily and it is translucent. It's not going to have any sort of color added to your foundation. The second one is the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the matte and poreless one, also great if you're oily. And the last one is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Transforming Powder. I think this would be wonderful to keep in your backpack or something just to do touch-ups throughout the day because it does have a color to it. Unlike these ones, it has a mirror, so like that. So if you ever needed to touch up throughout the day, you can just kind of pull it out, do a quick skim, see what you need to fix, and you're good. So I'm actually going to use the Better Skin one and just set your face. Next, for face, I did not use any sort of contour or bronzer in high school, so I'm not going to show you any contour bronzer. If you want to go for it, go for it, but I'm just kind of showing you what I would have done in high school. I do a blush, and so I'm going to use this Wet n Wild one in Mellow Wine. just to give yourself some color. I'm a little hesitant to show you guys brows because in high school I didn't do brows. So let's just spoolie through them just so that they're not crazy. And honestly, that's what I would do for brows. That's it. But I also don't need to like draw on my brows. So it's whatever like level you want to do for your brows. We're going to move on to eyes. I have two palettes to recommend from the drugstore. The first one is this e.l.f. Prism Eyes palette in Naked. This is an awesome buy because I was really into shimmers in high school. So I would recommend this if you like shimmers because they have a bunch of colors in here that you can use. And then the other palette is the Wet n Wild, what's this called? Studio eyeshadow palette in, doesn't have a name. It's one of those. It looks like this. This has some good mattes in there, some more shimmers, and honestly, these are the colors that I would wear. I would recommend doing something neutral and not too much. Again, you're gonna be sitting in a classroom, seeing your friends, stuff like that. It doesn't really matter too much how much detail you put on your eyes, I don't think. I would just take a little fluffy brush and dip it into this matte shade. Put that in the crease. And that's all I would do for a crease shade. Then I would go in with the e.l.f. Prism palette. And I would take like this shade right here. Pretty neutral. And that's what I recommend for eyeshadow. Then just take any sort of mascara, go in with that. So let's be real, when we are getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning to be at school at 8, I don't have time to curl my lashes, you know? Again, in high school, I wore black eyeliner every single day of my life. So that's what we're gonna do. Then I put a tiny bit of mascara on my bottom lashes. I always had a hard time in high school doing this and not getting it all over my skin. So let's be honest, I tried to avoid this as much as possible. This is pretty much it, to be honest. I didn't do a ton with my lipstick, but if I had to recommend a few colors, I would recommend either the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee, the NYX Liquid Suede in, I think this is Tea and Cookies. Yeah, Tea and Cookies. The Smashbox LA Lights blendable lip and cheek color in Silver Lake Sunset, or this Maybelline matte lipstick. It's just like that. And I'm actually going to use the Smashbox one. Then I'm going to use the NYX Butter Gloss on top. And that's it. That's all I would do for high school. I did not do highlight in high school. I didn't do contouring or bronzing or my eyebrows. I just kept it really simple. Face, lips, eyes. Hey! Eyes, lips, face. I see what you did there. If any of you guys are going back to school, I wish you the best of luck. I'll be there with you. I'm going back to school to get my master's degree, so I will be right there with you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was helpful. Hearing some of my recommendations that are pretty affordable drugstore range. That's also going to be super quick and easy. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. I do have social media accounts, so feel free to follow me on those. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Then I would set my whole power. That's not a word. This is an awesome buy. Wow. Okay, wow. Hello my YouTube beauties and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the One Heck of a Blot foundation by Soap & Glory, and it does say it's all day liquid to powder. This is what the packaging looks like. It is $19. It's in a plastic